Hey there! Today, let's dive into the chilling thrills of the tragic journey of Cynthia Osokugu. Cynthia, a bright young Nigerian woman, a student with big dreams of becoming successful. She was a daughter of a loving family and had just started her journey into adulthood. A 24-year-old living in Abuja, who, while on a trip to Lagos, falls victim to a heinous act by two men, Okwumi Echezona Nwabufo and Ezike Ilechukwu Olisa Eloka. What initially seems like an innocent meeting with a man she met online quickly turns into a nightmare when she was lured into a trap, drugged, and murdered. The central conflict of this story is the betrayal of trust, the deception of love, and the fight for justice. The tension builds as the family searches for answers, while Detective Namdi works tirelessly to uncover the truth, leading to a shocking conclusion about the lengths some people will go to for money and control. Cynthia was born on October 10, 1987 in Agbo Town, Delta State, and was the last child and only daughter of her parents, retired Major General Frank Osokogu and Joy Rita Nkem Osokogu. She had three elder brothers. Her eldest brother is Flight Lieutenant Kenneth Uchechukwu Osokogu. Her immediate elder brother is an Assistant Superintendent of Customs, Mr. Williams Eyedu Osokogu. Her third elder brother, Mr. Tony Azubaiki Osokogu, lived in Greece. She started schooling at the Command Children's School, Ilorin, and moved to the Command Secondary School, Jos, from 1997 to 2004. She was a graduate of English language at Nasarawa State University and was pursuing a master's degree in public administration in the same institution after resigning from a job with MTN. Cynthia was also a former model. She owned a boutique Dress Code, which she opened in Kefi, a town in Nasarawa State, in 2007. She was described as hardworking, loving, and industrious by her family. She had achieved much by age 24. Okay. It all started like this. One day when Cynthia was on Facebook, she made a new friend, a charming young man, seemingly trustworthy, who apparently uses his appeal to manipulate Cynthia, together with his friend, who played a secondary role in the plan to trap and hurt her. Cynthia developed some friendships via the social networking site Facebook after chatting with a newly added friend, Okwumi Echezona Nwabufo, via her BlackBerry Messenger over the pace of about 4 months. And soon she had also friended his cousin, Ezike Ilechukwu Olisailoka. Even though she already had a relation in the United States who often sent her goods to sell in her retailing business, they told her they were in the same business, that they were also retailers, and offered to sell her the items at cheaper prices. She believed them. These young men seemed normal and promised to host Cynthia when she came to Lagos. What Cynthia didn't know was that Nwabufo had been stalking her for months, patiently gaining her confidence through frequent chats and postings. When she informed them she usually comes to buy goods in Lagos, they made arrangements for her visit while promising to help her get the goods at cheaper prices. The trip was organized by Echezona Nwabufo, one of the two new friends. On July 21, 2012, Cynthia flew to Lagos from Abuja to meet with these new retailers regarding the better price offer on the clothes and accessories for her fashion boutique. After landing, she called her mother to tell her that she had arrived safely. The two young men picked Cynthia up from the Murtala Muhammad International Airport, Ikeja, and drove her to Cosmilla Hotel in Lakeview Estate in Festac Town. At the hotel, they entertained her and offered her a Ribena brand drink, which was pre-drugged with Rohypnol, but discovered the drug did not take effect quickly enough on her. After that, they beat her and demanded she reveal where she kept her money. They presumed she would hold a lot of money, but she said she didn't have any money to spare. When they didn't get any money from her, they tied her up, robbed her of all the money she brought to shop for her business, her 3 BlackBerry phones, jewelries, international passport, a driver's license. Then they raped her and finally unalive her. The next morning, after having spent the night with Cynthia's body, they then abandoned her, left the hotel, and quickly unfriended her from their Facebook friends list to remove any trace of their connection. Unknown to them, there was a hidden CCTV camera in the hotel which recorded part of the event. At about 3 p.m., the hotel receptionist received a phone call from one of them. The caller said that he was the occupant of the room who left recently and that he was not coming back, and he instructed her to remove the idiot, referring to Cynthia, out of the room. She replied politely to remind him that he promised to come back and pay for the day. He said he was not coming back and dropped the call. Afterwards, the hotel staff discovered the lifeless body of Cynthia Osakogu. All this time, unaware of Cynthia's murder, her family and friends were praying for her safe return. Meanwhile, Cynthia's mother tried calling Cynthia's cell phone for 5 days, but her phone was switched off. On the 7th day, one of the men picked her call and told her that Cynthia was sick. Not too long afterwards, they told the family that Cynthia had been kidnapped and asked her mother for 20 million naira ransom. Cynthia's mum asked them if they killed her daughter, and they said no, she was just sick and couldn't come to the phone. The phone call was traced to Festac. There, a missing persons police report was submitted to the Area E Command in Festac. This enabled her family to trace her body to the morgue and also led them to the hotel. The police in Lagos delayed the release of Cynthia's body to her parents for burial because they had intended to carry out an autopsy on the body at the Ikeja General Hospital morgue. Police Commissioner Umaru Manko revealed that the pathologist was still working on the autopsy, which was ongoing at the time she was identified. Eventually, her body was released for burial and she was laid to rest in her hometown. A ceremonial burial was performed at the family residence in Boji Boji Owa, Ika North local government area of Delta State, after a requiem mass. The governor of Delta State, Mr. Emmanuel Uduagan, condoled with the Osakogu family and called on the police to conclude investigation quickly and bring the culprits to book. After Cynthia's murder and investigations progressed through cell phone records and CCTV footages, the police arrested the suspects. Cynthia's body was found naked, with her 2 hands tied behind her back, with a brown tape and supported with a padlocked chain. Her 2 legs were also taped together. Her mouth was stuffed with hairnet and handkerchief, also tied with brown tape round her head to seal her mouth and secure the materials inside. There were pinpoint holes in her white eyes, as well as inside the upper part of her airways and surface of her lungs, a condition described as petechial hemorrhage. The pathologist also revealed that Cynthia had suffered pulmonary edema, an overweight of the lungs from being soaked by blood. Her left and right lungs weighed 400 and 500 grams respectively due to blood accumulation, noting that the normal weight would be 250 to 350 grams. The final autopsy stated that Cynthia was asphyxiated, suffocated to death through blockage of air into her lungs. Apart from her death resulting from asphyxia, the pathologist also observed that she had multiple bruises and abrasions suspected to be from biting. Her autopsy further revealed that a dose of Rohypnol sold to the suspects by a pharmacist was not responsible for Cynthia's death. After the arrest, several other women came forward to reveal that they had also been drugged, tied up and robbed by the suspects, but they all survived to tell the story. According to reports, these 2 young men also confessed that they had robbed several other women prior to Cynthia, who happened to be their 6th victim. The gang reportedly specializes in luring unsuspecting young women, robbing them of their possessions before killing them. Although there were speculations that their motive was ritualistic, it appeared that it was greed, and their main goal was to rob and kill. About 1 month after Cynthia was laid to rest, the trial commenced at Yaba Magistrate Court, Lagos, on August 27, 2012. 6 people were arrested at the beginning of the investigation. They included Olisai Loka Ezike, 23, and Okuno Nwabufo, 33. both of whom were identified as the Facebook friends. Others were Osita Orji, the pharmacist who sold Rohypnol to them, and Nonso Ezike, Olisaloka's brother who assisted in selling the deceased's BlackBerry phone. The 6-count charge of conspiracy, murder, armed robbery, rape, unlawful administration of obnoxious substance, and forceful administration of obnoxious substance, with a view to causing bodily harm, were read to them. The judge held that with its 10 witnesses and 17 exhibits, the prosecution's case against Nwabufo and Ezike was uncontroverted, and that the circumstantial evidence brought by the state was cogent, complete, unequivocal, and compelling. Counsel for Orji and Nonso had requested bail for their clients, and Justice Akinlade had granted bail to Orji with 2 sureties. The court granted bail to Orji Osita and Ezike Nonso, while Nwabufo and Ezeki's sentence was to pay the ultimate price by hanging.